Hi there, good evening, and welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So, what are we here for? We're here for What's New. This is an episode I do every Saturday. Well, mostly every Saturday. It's going to be a little bit late. I'm trying to space out some of the videos a little bit today because of the noise this morning. Anyways, the band we're doing today is called Von Groove, and the album is Born to Rock. This is classified as a hard rock band. I didn't initially think so when I heard only the first song, but after that, I can concur with the assessment of the band. So this was released May the 15th, 2026. So maybe about a week or so ago. It's about 46, almost 47 minutes in length on the Frontiers Records label. The band consists of Malandon, I think that's how you say it, Maladen probably, guitars, Michael Shutton on drums and vocals, and Matthew Gerard on bass. So it's a power trio, so to speak. There are 11 tracks in total. So overall, the album has a bit of a heavy metal flavor to it, especially initially. The some of the first tracks have a real metal flavor to them, but as the album goes on, it picks up other inflections, becomes basically a hard rock album with some ballads, and there's even a country flair to some of their music. It's not really country in sound as much as it is in style, I guess. It kind of feels like a country song. I thought the vocals were good, strong, and varied. He wasn't always the same sounding. Sometimes he was raspy and heavy. Other times he was more melodic, slow, kind of soft sounding. He did have some country flair to his voice as well. And he was a pretty smooth singer. I think he's a pretty decent guy for singing vocals anyways. The instrumentation is good. I don't think it's legendary or anything like that, but the guitar is really good. The bass is prominent and heavy at times, which I'm glad to see because a lot of hard rock bands you can barely hear the bass at all. And the drums were solid, sometimes really good, sometimes just very solid. So pretty overall, I thought it was a pretty decent album, and I'm looking for a glass that isn't there. Okay, so the opening track is called Born to Rock. This is, of course, the title track, and it's coincidentally in the right spot. If you want to name name your album after a song on your record, then you should put it at the front, I think. So, anyways, a pretty solid start. Kind of a heavy, crunching guitar riff almost metal-like at the beginning. Vocals are raspy, forward, clear, rock-like. A bit of a hint of country sound to it. The solo is metal-like, has a very kind of heavy, fast-paced, screechy feel to it at times. Song feels like a metal track. Has a bit of a early Triumph feel to it here too. I did note that some of that early first couple of albums of Triumph, they were more like a raw sound, and definitely has a little of that going on there. Next track up is Fearless. Just over 4 minutes. It opens with another heavy forward bass part. This is pretty heavy with the drums added in there as support. Nice guitar kick in, beefy guitar sound. More of a hard rock feel than the first song, which is more of a metal feel. The vocals are clear, mid-range, forward, heavy, catchy, really good. Vocals are, sorry, I said that already. Nice, heavy, scrappy guitar solo. Pretty solid song. I think this is one of the better songs on the album. Actually, the next couple are really good. Probably the best songs on the album. Next up is called Champion. This one's almost 4.5 minutes in length. Kind of heavy. Nice guitar riff going on here. Pretty fast paced too, for the most part. Catchy, heavy, fast paced song overall. Vocals are a little bit beefier, raspier, mid to high range in sound. I think this is kind of a catchy, fast paced, nice guitar sound. Nice riff. The solo is once again fast-paced and metal-like. So these are probably two. This song and the first song are probably two of the heavier songs on the album. Next one is called Adrenaline. This is my personal favorite on the album. Nice heavy bass opening again. That's a couple they've done like that, with a nice heavy guitar riff. So they're kind of doing the same thing together. The vocals are more mid-range, catchy, raspy. Yeah. There's a nice heavy, it's kind of a heavy song throughout. The backing vocals are not as discernible as some bands. You get bands that have a more forward type backing vocals. These guys are just very kind of generic sounding. Next, the riff is catchy. The guitar is distorted. Nice solo, riffy and melodic at the same time, and some fast parts thrown in there too, just for variety, I think. But overall, I think this is probably the best track on the album. It's called Adrenaline, just over 4.5 minutes in length. Next is the first of a couple of ballads on here. This is called Angela. It's almost 4.5 minutes in length. It's slow, melodic guitar and sound. The vocals are melodic, smooth, kind of a mid-range sound. Song is definitely a ballad. Not bad by ballad standards, but of the front half of the album, this is the song I probably like the least. Now, the back half of the album is a little bit different. They're starting to almost feels like they're running out of steam a little bit, but they probably orchestrated this the way they wanted it by putting all of the heavy stuff at the front, the not so heavy stuff at the back. So the next song up is about 3.5 minutes in length, the shortest song at this point. Undefeated, I think it's Undefeated, I think is the name of the track. Heavy, melodic song. Vocals are clear and raspy at the same time. This is a slow, speeded up, almost poppy feel to this song. And the guitar solo is, about the same, kind of melodic, kind of heavy. Not a fast-paced solo by any stretch. Not a bad song, maybe the best song on the backside. Next is Do It All Over Again. This is a hard rock, melodic, up-tempo, poppy, commercial feeling song. Guitar riff is very commercial sounding. The vocals are clear, poppy, hair metal-like sounding to them, really. And to me, this is a commercial pop rock track. A little heavier than most pop rock, but still just kind of that. That's what I kind of think of it. Next song is called Heart of Forgiveness. This is just over 4 minutes. Heavy melodic guitar riff at the beginning. The vocals are commercial-like again. Up-tempo, heavy drum beat. Multiple vocal sounds in it. Not a terribly memorable song. Nothing about it really stands out. So consequently, at this point, it's probably the least favorite of the tracks of the ones we've done so far. Next up is almost 5 minutes in length. This song's called Dreams. This is probably the best backside song between this and Undefeated. I've got a kind of a keyboard synthesizer spacey opening, which I liked. It's very different. It's not like any other song on the album. There's none of this on any of the other songs. Kind of a heavy melodic guitar riff, but got that kind of spacey sound to it too. There's riff that they bring in this riff that starts to take over. It's really catchy, very Aerosmith, reminiscent of Walk This Way and those type of riffs, kind of bouncy. The vocals are clear, but whiny, like forward, but catchy, adding to that Aerosmith sound. So this song is you can see it's been very influenced by Aerosmith. It's called Dreams. Probably the best track on the back, though I did like it. Next song up is called Waiting for the Sky to Fall. A nice acoustic, mild guitar part at the beginning. It's the only acoustic guitar, I think, on the album. The vocals are clear, kind of mid-ranged. The track has a country feel to it, though. Yeah, it's got this real country flavor. It doesn't have the country sound especially the back half of the song, which is quite a bit heavier, but definitely has that feel to it. Nice heavy guitar riff, melodic with some slow melodic soloing going on as well. Not a bad track. The last track is probably the worst track on the album, and they probably should have just cut it off and been fine with that. Always Endlessly, another, to me, this is another ballad song, but not as good as the first one. It's got a piano opening with some little bit of synthesizer sound going on there, kind of a melodic guitar part. The vocals are low, ballad-like, and I would say kind of whispery, like they're like he's almost whispering. He's trying not to pump out too much energy here. Melodic love track is what I would call this one. Probably more ballad-like than the first track. Definitely doesn't have any of the good parts that ballads have. So to me, it's easily the worst track. And if I was making the album, I would have just cut it off and not bothered with it. But anyways, that's my take on the band. Von Groove and their album Born to Rock, released recently within the last week or so. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. If you want to leave any comments about the band or the album, you could do that in the comment section. And we'll see you all next Saturday night with another episode of What's New. Take care and have yourself a good one. Goodbye.